There's a little old lady who lives in Akron. She was a friend of my uncle's. One day she called and said that she needed to go to the grocery store, and I was her only one that can do it. That's when I started picking her up, and then I thought it was gonna be a one-time deal, and it became every week.
So I woke up on Father's Day. My phone was off and I wanted to go talk to my brother, borrow a couple dollars to get my phone turned back on.
I was going to take him to his brother's and go do laundry.
We were leaving her house, and she was in my car, and we're driving.
When we were driving down Arlington, we got to the light at the corner of Arlington and Exchange.
And we get to the red light. We're sitting there.
Her and I were looking at each other talking, and we looked over at somebody in the car next to us when we heard the gunshots.
I looked straight ahead, and I seen a bunch of people scatter. And I heard more gunshots. And then I realized that there was a lady all by herself with her children in the middle of this street. I knew that I had to help her.
I have 3 kids, so seeing something like that broke my heart.
I'm glad, that there was someone else who felt just like we did.
I ran the red light because I was going to use my car to shield, her. I wasn't aware that she was the one being targeted.
He pulled forward, we U-turned.
I was already out of the car running over there.
I look out his window and there's a woman on top of 3 little girls, and one of them's in a little tiny umbrella stroller, and she's just screaming.
I hopped out of my car, and then I seen a gentleman standing across the street. He had his gun drawn, and then he was facing towards the parking lot of the gas station. I went to shield him, and then that's when I felt somebody reach over me, and he shot her in the back. That's when I grabbed the gun, and that's when I seen Seth ran towards me. I told him that she was shot, that he had called 911, and then he ran back to Leslie's car.
When I got across the street, I took my shirt off, and I jumped on top of her, tried to clot the bleeding, pin her against my leg. At that point is when I looked up and was looking down the barrel of the gun. Jason and him started wrestling around. Gun went off a couple times. It jammed.
That's when Leslie pulled up. That's when I grabbed his hand, and a few rounds went off in the air, and then we struggled for a while. It felt like hours that we were fighting this guy. It was like it was never coming to an end. But in all reality, it was maybe 5 minutes. At one point, he dropped his gun. He brandished a knife. That's when I scooped up two of the girl's kids and threw them in my car.
There was a tiny little baby in an umbrella stroller. I grabbed that baby and I had overalls on. He's still fighting and trying to get her, and she's trying to rationalize what's going on, stop, stop, stop. And I put the baby inside my overalls and grab her and just throw her over my shoulder. And as soon as the man sees that Jason's got the older 2, he comes straight at us. I look at Seth with the woman on my back and a baby in my overalls, and he's swinging the umbrella stroller because that was all that was there. I had laundry baskets all in my back seat and all in my trunk. I tossed the woman into the passenger seat, and I'm like, I can't drive with a baby right here. So I had 2 of the big tote baskets, and I just took this baby out and stuck her in between the 2 of them, so this little triangle part. We started driving away, and I'm trying to keep pressure on her chest, calling the ambulance, call the police.
I engaged the shooter, started fighting with him. He ended up kind of running off.
Jason stopped at a red light, and I had realized that I, remembered the guy's shirt, and I seen him come around the corner, and I was like, nope. Went around Jason, and right as I get over by the children's home in MJ's, I see a police officer, and I just stop in the middle of Arlington.
He came back for the gun, was wrestling with him. The security guard had come back outside and started to open fire. The shooter hit return of fire at the security officer and me.
Trying to stop the bleeding. I have laundry in my back seat, so I grab all the bath towels and I'm wrapping around her chest. By the time the ambulance actually showed up to pick up the woman, I had the youngest baby asleep, and they were like, who are you people? Do you know these babies?
It was a little old lady. She said that it was like a movie. She said, but the shooter, he wasn't intent on shooting me or anybody else. She said she watched him. He was going to shoot her.
She messaged me and was like, I just wanted to reach out and thank you. I don't understand why you guys did it, but I thank you every day. All 3 of my little girls are alive.